These Martin Luther King Jr. quotes will stay with you forever.
Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
The time is always right to do what is right.
Justice too long delayed is justice denied. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed.
A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus. Law and order exist for the purpose of establishing justice.
True peace is not merely the absence of tension. It is the presence of justice.
We must use time creatively, knowing that the time is always ripe to do right.
Human progress is neither automatic nor inevitable.
There comes a time when silence is betrayal.
Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that.
Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that.
Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear.
Returning hate for hate multiplies hate.
Love is understanding, redemptive goodwill for all men.
We must develop and maintain the capacity to forgive. Forgiveness is not an occasional act, it is a constant attitude.
Agape is love seeking to preserve and create community.
Everybody can be great because everybody can serve.
Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward.
Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Cowardice asks the question, is it safe?
Expediency asks, is it politic? Vanity asks, is it popular? Conscience asks, is it right?
Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. A man who won't die for something is not fit to live. Our character is what we do when no one is watching. Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of creative altruism or in the darkness of destructive selfishness. We are not makers of history. We are made by history. Shallow understanding from people of goodwill is more frustrating than absolute misunderstanding.
Nothing in the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation
where they will not be judged by the color of their skin,
but by the content of their character.
all labor that uplifts humanity has dignity and importance. Segregation is morally wrong and sinful. We cannot walk alone. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. A threat to justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We must learn to live together as brothers, or perish together as fools. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Everybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace. A soul generated by love. Whatever your life's work is, do it well. If a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets like Michelangelo painted. If you can't do great things, do small things in a great way. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and critically. We must build dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fear. A right delayed is a right denied. Even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. We will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. We shall overcome because the universe is on the side of justice. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill. Freedom rings when people are treated with dignity. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. Change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability. It comes through continuous struggle. A nation that continues year after year to spend more on military defense than on programs of social uplift is approaching spiritual death. True compassion is more than flinging a coin to a beggar. It comes to see that an edifice which produces beggars needs restructuring. We must rapidly begin the shift from a thing-oriented society to a person-oriented society. Every society has its criminals, but every society also has its responsibility. Power without love is reckless and abusive. Love without power is sentimental and anemic.
We need leaders, not in love with money. Not in love with publicity, but in love with humanity. The quality, not the longevity, of one's life is what is important. A true revolutionary is motivated by love.
Leaders must not adjust to injustice.
We must learn to be maladjusted to wrong. There can be no deep disappointment where there is not deep love. A genuine revolution of values will soon cause us to question the fairness of past policies. A man must be concerned not merely for himself, but for the whole of humanity. We are tied together in the single garment of destiny.
If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way.
Our scientific power has outrun our spiritual power. We have guided missiles and misguided men. The choice is not between violence and nonviolence.
It is between non-violence and non-existence. Non-violence is a powerful and just weapon.
It is a sword that heals. History will have to record that the greatest tragedy was not the brutality of the bad people, but the silence of the good people. And with that, we come to the end of today's reflection. Thank you for taking a moment out of your day to listen and reflect with Eternal Quotes Hub. May these words stay with you, bring you clarity and quiet strength wherever life takes you. Until next time.